Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about a stock that I haven't talked about in a long time, but it's my biggest holding. It's, almost half of my portfolio here. So if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button, also subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys' support, and let's get right into it. So the stock we're here to talk about today is Advanced Micro Devices. This is ticker symbol AMD. This company has been on a tear, to say the least, year to date. They're kind of cooling out a little bit. You see these past few months, they've been pretty flat. But, until then, it was just straight up for this company. We see the past year, same thing. Past 5 years, pretty much the same thing. They were down a lot. This is where I picked a lot of shares up. Average cost of $107. You see this is $9,000 of my portfolio. I'm up a good amount on it, but I'm still dollar cost averaging up. Still a great stock to invest into no matter what. And I think that, this company is one that's going to be around for the long haul. So they're beating on earnings very consistently. This company has very good financials. Their main competitor, if you didn't know, is AMD. Or is NVIDIA. AMD's main competitor is NVIDIA. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, engages in the provision of semiconductor business. Huge business. Their market cap is almost $300 billion. I see this being a $1 trillion company, and here's why. So if we go into their earnings report right here, this is August 5th, 2025, their second quarter earnings. We see that, they talk a lot about their different branches of their business. They have large growth opportunities, their data center being their largest growth opportunity. They actually completed the acquisition of ZT Systems, which I'm going to talk more about later. They got it for $4.9 billion, which is a lot of money, but for AMD, it's, And this acquisition, I think, is going to push them past NVIDIA eventually. I'm pretty confident in that. So revenue, quarter 2, 2025, very important to see the revenue. We don't know the expenses, but the revenue right here looks amazing. You grow by 32% year over year, and you're compounding that growth rate, you're going to have a good company. The growth was driven by record sales of Ryzen and EPYC processors, higher semi-custom shipments. That's great. We see gross margin actually down a little bit. It looks like they're kind of expanding a little bit. I'm not worried about that. Operating income actually down a little bit, but they due to inventory and related charges associated with U.S. export control. So I think that this is going to be short-lived. It's not going to last forever. Diluted earnings per share. We see this quarter 2, 2025 diluted earnings per share a lot higher. Not really worried about that either. But this is what I really wanted to look into. So their revenue for quarter 2, 2025 compared to last quarter is up 3%. Great to see. It's up a lot more year over year. Their gross profit is down a little bit after last quarter, which is interesting. But the tariffs and the customs things did just happen, so I'm not too worried about that. Up 7%. And this, when you look at the stock price, the earnings, August, that's when the earnings came out. We see that AMD kind of was flat since then. Their earnings came out. It was at 170 today. It's at 170. It even dropped a good amount actually from where their earnings were. The stock was once, pretty recently. I think their 52-week high is $186. So they're still $16 or $15 off of their 52-week high. We see, a lot of these numbers are down a lot, but the net income's up, the diluted earnings per share. There's a lot of numbers that are up too. It's pretty flat overall, I'd say, looking at these numbers. But this is what I really wanted to look into is the data center segment. This is their best segment. We see that they actually give reasons for this too. So they're up 14% year over year on revenue. That's beautiful, amazing. But we see they're declining in operating income, and this is primarily due to the inventory and related charges associated with U.S. export restrictions. It's going to happen. These big businesses are going to find a way to work around that. And I'm very confident that AMD is going to be able to do that, as they always do. And this is one of the, biggest businesses in this space. So of course they're going to find that. We see their operating income, insane growth in that. Also their revenue, insane growth in this declining gaming segment. This is, a segment that they were looking to, rack back up. And look at their record client CPU sales and strong demand for Radeon GPUs and console gaming products. It's going up a lot. This was one of their most lacking sectors. So the fact that that's up, I feel very good about that. Their embedded segment, not worried about that anyways. That's not really a big part of their business. It doesn't even generate $1 billion in revenue, but as long as they're, keeping it similar to where it was last year, I'm happy with that. And when we see, their 2025 revenue, record revenue, great to see. Corporate responsibility, not worried about that, not worried about this. So yeah, this is mostly the AMD earnings. I'm very happy with that, but I wanted to look over a few other things. This is a bull case on AMD. We see this is also very misleading. AMD is forward P 95, but it's really 26, the numbers are a little skewed. It doesn't have a 95 P ratio. So AMD presents a compelling 12 to 18 month investment opportunity, targeting 12 to 18% base case returns and 20 to 25% upside if Nvidia's execution issues persist. Well, markets, I mean, that's another big thing with AMD is AMD is offering cheaper CPUs than Nvidia, and Nvidia seems to be falling off a little bit. As you know, with AI and with this integration of technology, it seems like AMD's having some trouble keeping up. There's a lot of aspects where AMD is, light years ahead of everyone else, but then there's a lot of things where AMD is having trouble, like right here, their GPU reliability features. If you're a company that's spending, $1 billion plus on NVIDIA GPUs and you have reliability features, you're probably not going to be pretty happy about that. I mean, that's something that you need AMD for, who doesn't have those reliability issues. So they're up 32% year over year revenue growth to 7.7 billion, like we just covered. This was driven by their gaming revenue up 73%. So, and data center revenue obviously up 14%. But it's very good, very bullish that their gaming revenue is up. I like that for AMD a lot. That was a section of their business that I wasn't really worried about going down. But the fact that they can even bring that up at this point in the economy, in the market, like we're not in a booming economy right now at this exact point in time. Like, yeah, maybe over a 10-year period, but like today we're not in just an economy where everyone's making money. So the fact that people are able to buy those gaming systems still, even not in a perfect economy, that gives me a lot of hope for AMD's gaming segment. I think that that's a segment that could grow a lot. NVIDIA's ecosystem dominance and limited portfolio constraint high-end capture. So yeah, there's a lot of risk with the NVIDIA, but I think AMD is going to take a lot of NVIDIA's market share. They sell to a lot of I'm not sure if it's on here. I don't think it is, but AMD does sell to a lot of big companies. I mean, Google is starting to use AMD. That's one for just to note down. Google, one of my other favorite stocks, but that's a huge company and they're starting to use AMD processors. It's just a lot of these big companies I can't remember any of the other names right now, but AMD is really, up and coming in that system. So speaking of systems, what does ZT Systems do? This is NVIDIA's acquisition for $4.9 billion. ZT Systems designs, manufactures, and deploys customized compute storage and accelerator solutions for large cloud and telecom service providers, focusing on high volume, purpose-built hardware for hyperscale data centers and AI infrastructure. This market is going to be booming very soon here. I mean, it already is. This is a beautiful acquisition from AMD. I really like that they bought them. I think they're already reaping the benefits of this. Interesting that company wanted to sell. I mean, it was probably just the right dollar figure for them. So, I mean, I'd assume they're selling it anyway, but the fact that AMD picked them up, I'm very bullish on that. I think that ZT Systems is doing the right thing. There's going to be a lot of companies that we don't even know about right now. I mean, Google, nobody knew about Google 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Nobody knew about Amazon 30 years ago. There's a lot of companies that, nobody knew about 30 years ago. They weren't even public. And ZT Systems, I think they're setting themselves up. They're setting up the companies around them to be very well known in the next 30 years. I mean, there's a lot of emerging stocks that are going to come out as, the Mag 7, the NVIDIAs, the Tesla, the Amazon, the Microsoft, the Apple, the Google. There's going to be a lot of stocks that come out on that level, as we move on in time, because, they're not going to, the Mag 7 is not going to be the Mag 7 forever, sadly. If it was, then that would be an easy investment, but it's not. Companies do go under, things out of their control happen, and that's just how the economy works. So there is going to be bigger and better companies coming up. So part of AMD, like I said, they acquire them. The company provides end-to-end services from engineering and supply chain management to global deployment and support for their clients' complex infrastructure needs. So this is a space also that I wanted to show that's growing very rapidly. This space is growing insanely rapidly. I mean, ABI Research predicts the AI software market alone will reach $467 billion by 2030. That's a compounding annual growth rate of 25%. Nobody's doing that. The S&P maybe has a 10% compounding annual growth rate. AI is offering, AI this, AI that. You guys are hearing a lot of it. My last video was about the AI bubble. I don't know when that's going to pop. It's probably going to pop eventually. I don't know if it's going to take a week or it's going to take 20 years. I think that it will pop eventually, but I think that for right now, you have to, get it while you can. I mean, this one predicts 38.9% compounding annual growth rate. Count me in. This one 36.6%, and then just a lot of high growth rate estimates from these companies, from what they're assuming that AI is going to do. I don't hate that at all. I think that that's very reasonable. I think that with these companies, with the reach that AI has, it doesn't even need to be people. That's the crazy thing. I mean, people always talk about computers are going to take our jobs. AI very well could. There looks like that might happen. So I mean, I've seen pages online. There's AI proof job, lists of people that are worried about AI taking their job. They want to, get a job in the future that is AI proof, which I mean, probably nothing is. But yeah, I mean, so AMD is a really good investment right here. I think that, I mean, like I said, you can't be scared to invest in stocks when they're already high, because look at today, I made over 2%. I'm almost up $600 today in the stock market, and the stock market's at all-time highs already, and then I'm up another 2% or whatever it is, almost $600. So you really can't, be emotional about it. You can't say, oh, I'm not going to invest, the stock market's too expensive right now. What you need to do is invest and then dollar cost average down if it does go down. Hopefully it doesn't go down for you. I mean, I hope you make money on your investments, but it's probably going to go down eventually. So when it does, be sure to dollar cost average down, and then in the long run, you're going to go up. That's just how the stock market works. So I mean, if you're investing in the right things, you can't just invest in whatever and then expect to make money. But yeah, I mean, so this is a great investment in my opinion. AMD, among one of my many holdings, just bought some Salesforce, very cheap stock there, relative to what I think it's worth. But yeah, so AMD, very good stock, very much recommend it. Yes, it's not expensive, but it is near all-time high for this company, and I think it's gonna, very well surpass it pretty soon here. So I would get in, as soon as you can. Yeah, and that's all I have for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys for watching and tuning into the videos. We have daily videos covering a different stock every day, a different idea, a different concept. Maybe we'll go over a strategy tomorrow. I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.